Hello, it's Mr. Leung here, and then I would like to go through the Unit 1 for you. And first of all, we are having the water cycle, and water cycle, why is it important? Mainly is because of uh, these it is the general mechanism that we can have the water, and meanwhile we can using the water in a very circular or repeating or continual way. Okay, why we are going to say like this for water can use in a very in a water cycle way. First of all, water vapor is going to be rise up, and then but meanwhile maybe we are using it. Okay, maybe we are drinking it and so on and so forth, or making some of the industry or farming, and throughout this process we are going to give out a lot of sewage, but this sewage will not mainly the pollutant will stay in the sea. So right now we have to think about why we have to use a lot of product and make the sea become more polluted. But no matter what, the sea will provide once the sun is striking the sea, and then the sea or even the lake or even the river will having the evaporation of water, and then after the evaporation of water, there will be the water vapor will be condensed once it's going into certain height, and the temperature is going to be lowered and become cooler, and then the condensation taking place, and once the water vapor condense, and it will change from water vapor into water droplets. Okay, and then cloud is formed. Okay, precipitation, which is the situation of the condensation become more further, and more water vapor is condensed into the water droplets, and then it is become heavier than the air can carry, and then it is going to become a very large water droplet and fell into the ground. Okay, fell on the ground, and then it is called precipitation. But you may argue that why we are not going to call it like rain, because rain indeed plus the snow plus the hail, blah blah blah, any kinds of the things which is dropped from the sky and which is water indeed. Okay, no matter it's ice or water vapor or water droplet, whatever, all together, then we will call it as a precipitation. So it's not too accurate for just calling precipitation as the rainfall. Okay, it's not quite accurate. Okay, so it's changing between the three states for the water, which is solid state, liquid state, and also the gas state. So accordingly, this is solid for the ice, and then liquid for the water or water droplets in the sky, and the gas is for the water vapor. Okay, then why we have to call it cycle? As I have said before, it have to be very. The water cycle have to be repeated. If not, we cannot have a unlimited or perpetual water resource, water supply day by day, year by year. Because once we are using the water and we don't have any mechanism which is going to replenish the water, I don't think we can have a lot of water to satisfy our needs. Okay, so the loss of water will be replenished. But you may ask, what is replenished? In short, which is just like this in Chinese. Okay, which is supplied back to the cycle. Okay, so in general, the water cycle definitely is cyclic, okay, formed continuously. So I'm not just going to tell the one by one process, right? And I'm really repeating that, saying that it's a cycle, that we can make use of it, and then we can get enough water and continual water supply for our daily need. Okay, but what are the mechanisms that make the water is circulating day by day, year by year? Mainly it's because of the energy of the sun. Okay, energy of the sun, because once the sun is going to strike to the water bodies, and then the evaporation rise up, and then is gained the potential energy. Once it's going to have the rainfall, and then the rainfall drop it down. Okay, so is the whole cycle is initiated, is started by the energy of the sun. So we can regard the sun, the energy of the sun, as the driving force of the movement of the water after all. Okay, and then this is the introduction of the river, and you can see this is the river source, which is for Hong Kong is always just in the hill, but maybe you can see even in the China you may see it. Oh, there is a lot of ice cap in the mountain, so some of the river source is in the ice cap if it's in China. Okay, for example, Changjiang, for example, Huanghe. Okay, their river source is in the the hills that is next to Himalayas. Okay, and then tributaries. Okay, which is talking about the branches of river. Okay, branches of river. Okay, 支流啦 in Chinese, which is called just like Zhujiang. Zhujiang, we are having Xizang and also the Dongjiang as the tributaries of the Zhujiang. Okay, river mouth, and this is having a spelling mistake here, and it should be like this, as I have told you in the lesson. Mouth, okay, not the month. Okay, then river mouth, just like the Shingmun River. I would like to illustrate it as Shingmun River. Okay, wait a minute. I don't know why it's not working. I don't know why it is not going to change in other way around. Okay, let's go to Shingmun River. Okay, so Shingmun River is talking about the river mouth is in here, that you may ride the ride a bicycle going to the Shatin, and then you can see is once after going from Shatin to Taipo, and you may come across with the Tulu Harbor. Okay, once you are changing from Shingmun River to the Tulu Harbor right here, and indeed is the Tai Shui Hang station right here, and then this is the river mouth of the Shingmun River. Okay, and then you can see it's going into the sea for the river. Okay, like this, and then a bit forward, a bit forward, a bit forward. Yeah, right here, and then a bit forward also. So let's get back, because I just have a phone call, sorry about that. And then you can see from Tai Shui Hang, this is the river mouth of Shingmun River. Okay, and then right here you can see there's a lot of people riding the bicycle, and this is the Tulu Harbor. Okay, then this is the river mouth, and this is the Tulu Harbor. So in general, we can regard this as the river mouth of the Shingmun River. How about the river course? Actually, I can show you right here. And then if you have subscribed my channel, maybe I have illustrated this to you already. Okay, because Shingmun River is crossing Shatin and then going upward to the Taiwai, and throughout Taiwai we can walk to the lower Shingmun River, and then throughout the lower Shingmun River, when you're taking the Shingmun Tunnel, you can pass through this outdoor area of the Shingmun Tunnel. If there are two Shingmun Tunnel, which is in between the two Shingmun Tunnel, okay, the outdoor area. And then afterwards, we can go even upper. Then this is the upper Shingmun River, and lost is not yet the end. Indeed, the Shingmun River, the origin of the Shingmun River, I think it should be here. Okay, is the Tai Mo Shan. Okay. Which is the tallest peak in Hong Kong. So if we are asking about the Shingmun river source of the Shingmun River, indeed it is talking about maybe here, not sure. Okay, but I think there's even upper, there are some river right here. So I think it should be the Tai Mo Shan. Okay, because the Tai Mo Shan is almost right here, and then which is not very far away. Okay, the middle of the Shingmun Tai Mo Shan, okay, will be regarded as the river source of the Shingmun River. Okay, so that is the illustration by the Shingmun River, and also the tributaries. I almost forgot. Okay, the tributaries, and you can see when you are going to the Taps King Tunnel, 大老山隧道. Okay, you may pass through one of the tributaries of the Shingmun River. Okay, because for here we are having a lot of hills, and if we are having a lot of hills, we are collecting a lot of river throughout this valley area. And also you can find there's another river in the Fortan area. Okay, then these two can be regarded as the tributaries of the Shingmun River. Okay, so let's get back to here, and then what is river basin? And in general, river basin is generally talking about the area that is collecting the water to the river, okay, drained by a river and its tributaries, okay. And then what is watershed? Indeed, watersheds have been shown in here, okay. This one, is just the imaginary line, okay. You cannot see it in a real situation, okay? There's no line showing that in the countryside saying that, oh, this is a watershed, okay? It's an imaginary line that is separating two neighboring river basin, okay? So these are some, the world's largest and so on and so forth, the top of the world, okay? And where is the largest river basin in the world? Amazon Basin. You may argue with me why not Changjiang or Huanghe in China. It's because Amazon is in the tropical area. And you can see in the Google Earth, and let me go out a bit, okay? And Amazon Basin is here, okay? And then you can see there's a lot of rainforest and hello, can I see Amazon? Amazonia, okay, you can see it's almost the Amazon. And then there's a very dark green area that is covered by the tropical rainforest. And then you can find out, the rainfall may be very intense for this situation. But you can compare with Changjiang and the Huanghe, and you can see the water is not that much from the time being, from the satellite image. You can recognize that the Changjiang, although it's green, but it's not as green as the Amazon area. So definitely Amazon will be the largest river basin in the world. The highest sediment flow in the world. This is the river in the India, and I would like to show it to you. And it should be this one, and then, but I cannot find the name. Okay. But it should be this one, and as seen, because it's talking about the river that is flowing from all the Himalayas area, and then it's going to bring a lot of sediment accordingly, okay. And then the largest river in the China, and definitely Changjiang, as I said before, and also which river that supplies the water in the Hong Kong, also Dongjiang, as we are always talking about Donggang Shui, Dongjiang water that is going to supply from China to Hong Kong, okay. And all the river having three main river section: upper course, middle course, and lower course, that I have always talked about with you. And again, I would like to illustrate by the Shingmun River again, okay. Shingmun River. Wait a minute. So for the lower course of the Shingmun River generally, which is talking about the Shatin area, and you can find out, the river channel is always very large, okay? But how about the middle course? Indeed, we cannot find the middle course easily for the Shingmun River because it's not quite dominant, and most of the middle course have been dammed for the reservoir, okay? But you can see, it's a bit meandering, a bit curvy, okay? Right here you can see, although there are some human modification or channelization right here, but you can see if it's in a later, if it's in a lateral situation, is a bit meandering, okay, just like here, meandering, okay, meandering. But how about in the upper course? The upper course, because it's dammed, I don't want to show it here. This one. Why we call it the Dai Sing Sek Garden, because it's flowing between Taimoshan and the Shingmun Reservoir. So it's the upper course of the Shingmun River indeed. And then you can see the channel is very short, and also it is very thin. Okay, the channel, the gradient is quite steep, and then accordingly the upper course is having fewer water, okay. So accordingly, there are some characteristics among the different sections of a river, okay. And then for the source, for the world distribution of the water resource, and you can see among these 100 water droplets, we are just having three water droplets, which is which is okay to drink, okay, which including the fresh water in the ice cap, and also this is the fresh water in the ice cap, okay. So accordingly, we are just having very few fresh water available in the world, okay. Just 3% of the whole water resource is fresh water, okay. So accordingly, salt water is the occupy the most of the water droplets, and then in the sea, in the ocean. And why we cannot use the ocean for drinking? Definitely salty, okay. But only one droplets, which is sorry, it should be two droplets, okay. Right here, it should be two droplets, only two droplets which is available, and then which can be regarded as the fresh water, and these are available in the river and the lakes, okay. So accordingly, it's also a method that I would like to suggest to you how to present different proportion or different component in 100% situation, okay. As we can see before, in the 100 droplets, we can find 97 droplets which is salt water, and then 3 of the droplets which is fresh water, and you can find out right here also having some problem, okay. It should be like this, 2%, 1%, so on and so forth, okay, and changing accordingly right here. So accordingly, there will be it can be presented by this kind of pie chart, okay, and then but you may ask throughout the time when you are drawing the pie chart, what are the problems you may encounter in your workbook. You may always talking to me, oh, Mr. Leung, I don't want the pie chart. Why? Because it's difficult to draw. True, because you're gonna prepare with a protractor in order to draw it, okay. And then available fresh water, you can see it is very limited. And what kind of thing is going to affect the distribution of the fresh water across the world? Rainfall and size of population. Just like China, if we are having 1.4 billion of people, and then we are having a lot of water problems that we may talk about in Unit 3, okay. So, and let's go to the workbook as well, okay. See, wait a minute,